Okay, so I'm making this video right now because I know if I wait any longer, I'm not gonna make it. So, some context. So, Halloween was on Friday. Right now, it's Monday. And on Halloween, I have a friend that was my Nana's friend who goes all out for Halloween. That's just her thing. Like, Halloween is her Christmas, is the biggest thing to her, and every single year she stops by at my house, well, this house, and shows us her costume every single year. She makes her normal stops, and we just happen to be one of them. And this year, I was the only one home. My grandpa passed away at the beginning of the year, so I was the only one in the house. And I had texted her earlier that day because I was like, are you gonna stop at my house, with what's going on? But she never texted me back, so I just thought, oh well. And when she showed up, I was super excited. And, we talked, I laughed about her costume because she's so creative every single year. And I was just talking a little bit, and she's like, so, like, are you gonna go out tonight or anything? And I'm like, no, I don't have anywhere to go. I don't really have any friends. So, and she's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, I don't really have anybody to hang out with, and there's really nowhere to go. And she's like, well, I don't remember her exact words, of course, but I was kind of like, she kind of got me thinking, because she was like, oh, that kind of sucked. Like, that makes me feel kind of bad. And I was like, and I kind of sat with it, because I was like, well, it's true. I don't have a lot of I really don't have a lot of friends. And most of my friends are like my mom's age and older. And a big reason why that is because people my age, I went to school with, they've known me forever, they grew up with me. And it's like, I've always been socially awkward. I've never really had a lot of social skills. I'm too loud for most people, and I'm too much for most people. And, like, even in high school, it's like a lot of people grew out of me. Like, I was friends with several people when I was in elementary school, and then by the time we hit middle school, they were, like, moved on and found other friends to hang out with. I only have, like, 2 or 3 friends I can call or like text and be like, hey, what are you doing? I'm bored. And my best friend lives 45 minutes away because she's in college, and her college is 45 minutes away. So I can't hang out with her as much as I used to, which is fine because she's doing her thing and I'm doing my thing, and it's fine. But I really, like, after my friend stopped over, I was like, I really started thinking, because I'm like, I really, like, and she's like, well, that's kind of a shame, people suck, and it kind of, and, like, basically she was saying, it's like, oh, I'm really sorry you don't have any friends to hang out with. And it was Halloween, and I had nothing else to do. I had nowhere to go, because, like, nothing's open, but even in my area where I'm at, there is nothing to do. There's not. And so I was like, well, what would I be doing if anything was going on? Like, what would I be doing? But then I was like, maybe a lot of people my age have friends that they can hang out with, and I don't. I've never had a lot of friends. But and a lot of that, actually, I've always been socially awkward. I've never had social skills ever. And I'm not one of those people. I'm not somebody who can walk into a room and be completely comfortable with whatever the situation is and just, like, make a friend right there. I've seen so many people do that. And I know it's, like, just nature for certain people. And even seeing people who, just sit in a room and can chat with anybody and just hold a conversation. I've never been able to do that. I've always been socially awkward. And especially, like, I have Asperger's, which means I don't have any social skills. I just didn't come that way. I didn't come with those tools. So I was sitting on the couch thinking, like, geez, like, my life kind of, I was like, my life kind of sucks now that I stop and think about it. Because I always knew that I had trouble making friends, and I never really cared. Like, in middle school and high school, I was a dancer, so I was constantly at dance. So I didn't have any downtime to worry about not having anybody to hang out with because I had dance anyway. So that really filled most of my time in school. But after I graduated, I didn't have anybody to hang out with, really. I didn't. And I had so much more downtime, and I didn't really know what else to do, you know? Just like graduated high school, adulting, okay, cool, and then you're stressed out about that stuff. But like my friend really got me thinking, like, I really don't have a lot of friends. So like, what can and I started thinking, like, oh my gosh, my life sucks because I don't have anybody to hang out with. I mean, I have my dogs and I'm home alone because my mom went to help a relative move, and I'm like, I'm over here by myself, and I'm like, I don't have any friends and I have nothing to do. And it made me stop and think, like, is this really what my life is? But then I'm like, I can't blame myself, and I can't feel bad about myself for it, because it's a small town, and you can't go out and make friends because there's nowhere to go. I mean, like, the closest place is 20 minutes, half hour away, and like, what are you gonna do? Like, especially right now with everything that's going on, there's not a lot of things you can do. But even if this wasn't going on right now, like, what, like, do like normal people just go out, like, go to a bar, go to the mall or something, and just start a conversation with somebody and make a friend? Like, I've never understood that. I've never understood how somebody can do that. I've never understood how that happens. But I'm making this video. Like I said, I've, like, doubted making it, but I knew if I didn't make it now, I wasn't going to do it, and then I was going to hate myself for it. So what better time to do it than after work at 12:30 in the morning? That I'm like, most of my channel is content that other people can relate to. Because, go lay down. Because there's people, like, I always want to find somebody to relate to. But nobody's ever in types of situations that, like, I'm in. And so I never really know what to do. And that makes me end up feeling like I'm alone in the world and nobody understands and I'm the only one who feels this. But since I started my channel, a lot of my content is for people that I know are like me and probably feel alone in their struggle. So I didn't make this video to make you feel bad for me or to vent, well, kind of a little bit to vent, and not to complain about how bad my life sucks, because it doesn't. It's just not like other people's lives. And sometimes people don't have a lot of friends. Sometimes people have a lot of trouble trying to make friends because of their personality or who they are or what they do or whatever. But I just wanted to make this video for somebody out there right now who feels like they're all alone and they have no friends and they feel like they're never gonna have friends, because I felt that way. And I still kind of do, because like I said, 12:30 in the morning, I mean, everybody's asleep, there's nobody to talk to anyway. But I just know there's somebody out there who's going to benefit from this. So that's why I'm going to post it. So there's that, friends. Bye.